Hey everybody, I'm Steven21967 and we're looking at a progress update number 3 for Mist Survival. So I'll read this so you don't have to. So this came out Sunday, July 25th, and it came out in the early morning. It says, hello everyone. The overall process is very time consuming for those 3D resources and models. I have to postpone 0.5.0 patch for a couple of months. So 0.5.0 will be live on September 25th. Please check out progress update below. Many UI and textures are still a work in progress. It will be changed upon launch. System and gameplay. Bow and arrows rework. New animations overhaul, including new bow and arrow types. So it looks like down here, you can't see it. I can't get this any bigger, but it looks like he's switching, or the player here is switching back and forth between a hunting arrow and then an exploding arrow, and this is showing you kind of what an exploding arrow is like. So I would assume that that's like going to be gunpowder, made out of gunpowder. Fishing system update. Add new fishing rod UI to passive gear menu. Fish and fishing rod will be managed from fishing management UI. In the first 0.5.0 update, there may be only 3 to 5 fish types. Okay, that's fine. And here's just an animation of how we're going to interact with our fishing rod and everything. It looks like it's under gears, under the gears menu. And then you go to the back, and then here is where you would click on your fishing UI, and then there's a tackle or fishing box there for, or fishing bucket where all the fish is, everything. And then you transfer them from, one spot to another. Quest random events. Add quest tracking UI. There will be more quests when the patch is released. In the first 0.5.0 update, there will be 2 type of random events, a car crash and a car crash with survivors. So this is, it looks like he has Scott as a placeholder. I think what will happen is we'll find a car crash, and the car crash will have one of the 2 new NPCs, which is the mechanic and the sword maker. I would expect that Scott, Kate, and Rachel will still need to be rescued from the bandits, but that might have changed. That might have changed. It looks like there's a quest menu down here in your UI that you can take a look at quests that are offered from or missions from NPC. And you get some objective information. Okay, so all right, we got that. Trade system. Survivors with random events may have the ability to trade. Some new or rare items can only be found from them. So it looks like the survivors here, this is what they have to trade. And then the other menu here is items that we have in our box that we can trade for. So, okay. It'll be interesting to see what's kind of going on. See exactly how this whole thing works out. So yeah, I do wonder. Well, it says from random events, so that means the sword maker and the mechanic. So what you see here is Scott. Maybe right now Scott, Kate, and Rachel don't have, the ability to trade, but maybe they do, and maybe they will. Maybe that's what's going to come out there too. So we could kind of see what they have and say, hey, you got some stuff. I'll trade you some of my stuff for your stuff. Vehicles. Add more interactive points. Add player hand while driving. So, okay. So it looks like there's kind of a wall or something in up here with code. It's interesting to see what's going on. Glove compartment. It's kind of nice. Because usually when you go inside the car, isn't anything inside the car. It's only in the trunk or under the hood. And there we are. You can see our hands and arms in the UI there of driving the car. Okay, player movement. There will be 2 new movement mechanics for player characters. Crawling, and another one like moving through narrow walls. I don't know the word in English. I don't know if maybe he's talking about strafing or something, but just crawling through narrow walls, crawling sideways is, what I understand. While crawling, you can be chased by infected as well. I wonder if while we're crawling, if we are able to grab weapons and fight, or if the whole idea is when you're crawling, that's what you're doing. You know, I don't know if you can pull out a weapon and start firing it at anything if it's getting too close to you. I would assume, but I shouldn't assume. All right, here's eat, drink, and med animations. I'm trying to improve the feel and visual and hope these animations will help lift some. There will be new animation for each item you use. Okay, so you can smoke a cigarette. Personally, I think I'm going to keep those for trading, but some of you may be like, I like the idea of smoking. It's like, that's cool. And somebody's eating chicken. And I think it would be nice if you could, like, little by little, like, you take a bite out of it until the whole thing is gone in the animation. That's fine. Okay, building. Many buildings will be added, including the tree base. The tree base is very simple from regular infected, but there are... the tree base is very safe from regular infected, but there are other species of infected that can climb walls and poles. Infected horde and camp defense will be tested in this version, so we're going to have to build a tree house, a couple of them, connecting to each other, and then see what the horde does. Oh man, we're going to have to make sure we have lots of ammunition just for that. There's some designs about how kind of look, you know, connecting two different trees. Kind of cool. Yep, and there's probably the pieces that we can use when we're building our tree base. Okay, so I'm assuming we probably do need these things to help hold up the base, and as well as to add a ladder. Survivors NPC command. So you can switch from pet command to survivors command menu by left click while the radio menu appears. There will be only two main commands for now. You can command them to guard their position in preparation for horde attack. Okay. It's kind of cool. You know, what I want is right now, from my understanding, the NPCs, you know, Scott, Kate, and Rachel, aren't able to kill anything. And they definitely won't attack bandits at all. But they'll shoot. They'll definitely shoot at the in the infected. They're just not going to, like... I don't see them able to kill them. They can shoot and walk and run away stuff, but yeah, they aren't able to kill them. Only like you and I can do that. And the bandits. I've watched the bandits be attacked by them. They can also the bandits can also kill the infected and be killed by the infected. All right, here we go. Infected. New infected type seeker is a mutation of alien parasite that is embedded in the body of infected. This one can climb walls and poles, and it's not afraid of sunlight. So, hopefully this isn't like the spitter. I mean, the spitter can like one-shot you. Hopefully this thing can't. There we go. Scary looking thing. Oh man. Yep, horde events are going to be interesting. They're going to be very, very interesting. 3D asset characters and environments. Survivor model update. Okay, there's Rachel. There's a sword maker. Again, sword maker. There's mechanic. Mechanic again. Okay, building a house. This is where I start to get excited. This includes both newly made models and modified models. Okay, so that looks like it's part of like the big city. This kind of reminds me, like in the big city, there's like a motel kind of building that I've checked the city out, and I've been able to figure out which buildings the bandits come in and out of. And there's one that looks just like this, has this kind of facade. You can go inside and they like never spawn inside here, and the infected don't like spawn inside of here or anything. You kind of set it up. You can put a little fence with a gate in front of it to keep everything out, and you can kind of set it up as a base and everything inside the city, which is, I think, is a great idea. Every city should give you some kind of option where you can find a building that's safe, and you can set it up and use it as a point of operations for when you're doing stuff inside the city. All right, so more models, more facade models. Okay, interesting. Let's just I'm just take a real quick look at this. Make that a little bit bigger for all of us to take a look at. There's new facades. It looks like there's new houses here, right here. I really hope to be able to build stuff that kind of looks like this, and other things too. Man, after looking at Valheim videos from YouTubers who do lots of building, they can do some really cool stuff with the building capabilities within Valheim. I would like to see more stuff like that. Although some people might be like, well, that's a little absurd. This game, you just built a Coliseum. yeah, that could be a little bit absurd for the game. Okay, so these are just the models of the houses. They all look kind of like Ramblers. And there's a church. Okay, forest environment, landscape, lighting. Okay, looks like there's kind of a mist or / fog coming off of this. Let's take a real quick look at this. Yeah, or it could be a reflection or the water. I definitely want to see. I want to see more water. I want to see rivers. I want to see. I don't know. I want to see more things, but I mostly want to have more area to play in and more to explore. Eventually, you're going to explore everything. That's understandable after a while. Okay, here's the roads, the dirt roads, and there's another house, and then okay, some little effect for the car, mud and tire decal. So it looks like the road in front of him is kind of clear. I mean, it's muddy, but he's leaving tire tracks behind him. That's kind of a nice effect. Let's go take a look at discussions really fast. See if the developer has responded to anything. So here we go. Originally posted from Thinking Tom. Glad to see you still with us, Ratty. And I love what's in the works for the update. Could I suggest that perhaps you could protect the base of the treehouse from climbers by wrapping barbed wire around the base of the tree? One should be able to find coils of barbed wire from farms in the area. Just an idea, thanks. Nice idea, but I think it would only help to slow them down. And actually, the real threat is infected tank. The tank you guys found in the old version were clones. There'll be alpha tank when the storyline is ready. An alpha tank, wow. I will test to release them to bring hordes to attack your base. He can destroy many structures you have built. Oh, great. Destroying our bases. If you cross the zone, Old Tunnel, by defeating him, that will unlock the game difficulty to the next level. So going into the next zone, going through the tunnel, that will add the tank as a foe, an enemy that we're going to have to fight in horde attacks. There'll be an alpha tank. I think, to me, the only thing I don't like is that he has like a gun that he can use. I wish it were something other than that, but I mean, that kind of thing makes it more look like a military kind of operation, is what the Mist is about. And maybe it is. Maybe that's what the whole storyline. Or I could just say, like, don't think too much about it. And we'll get through the last of this. I don't see anything more from the developer. Okay. All right. That's cool. So I'm pretty excited about this. I share this with you. For me, I'm looking mostly forward to the building, and I guess dealing with the horde, the new environment quest. I'm really excited. I want to follow through and do all the gameplay, but after you get through most of what's going on in the game, like the quests, the missions, and exploring the areas, then it's like, well, I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over. I would, that's where the building comes in. That's where I'm excited about games that have good building. So once you get past most of the story, you're like, okay, the story is done. I don't want to keep showing the story. I want to like build different things and have ideas and push the limits and see what things can I and can't I do. So yeah, the building. Treehouse is going to be interesting to see what kind of tree houses people can get up to. And tanks and hordes and climbers. Oh wow, that's going to be something else. Okay, that'll be it for this video. It's kind of gone long enough. So anyway, if you guys like this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You get alerts when I come out with new videos, which is every single day. And as always, comment. What are you looking forward to the most? And do you have any news that we haven't heard about? What's also coming with the update, or maybe soon after that? Just go ahead, throw it in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, dudes.